against our people, an attorney general who will use the Justice Department against their political enemies, and a head of the FBI who will turn our federal agents into the president's own private army. So I ask you again, where are our leaders?
If you're middle class, you're about to be poor. And if you're poor, you're about to be homeless. And if you're low income or homeless already and on food stamps, you're about to be starving. The Republicans just released their budget proposal. In the proposal, it gives the Ways and Means Committee the authorization to cut $4.5 trillion from the budget with a mandatory cut of $2 trillion. Well, where do you cut all that money? You cut it from Medicaid. And you cut it from food stamps. And oh boy, do they know they need to pull one over on us. Lindsey Graham literally said the quiet part out loud when he got on the floor, and he said, my fellow colleagues, we need to do this since we got the mandate from the American people, we need to do this, and we need to do this fast. We need to work with urgency to pass this bill.
So it looks like Medicaid's going to go bye-bye. It looks like the Republicans are going to completely cut the budget for that. And if you're in California, that program is called Medi-Cal. And it looks like it's going to be cut, unfortunately, which is going to leave a tremendous amount of people without the ability to get medical care. And that's really alarming, especially the amount of children that will be left not being able to get medical care. And the amount of seniors that won't be able to get medical care. Like, this is...
So in order to pay for Trump's tax cuts for billionaires, Republicans want to cut SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, by over 20%. The sad part is, the majority of Americans who depend on SNAPs for things like food stamps, they live in Republican areas. Don't believe me? Look at the facts. As of 2009, these are the counties in the United States with the highest percentage of population receiving SNAP benefits. And as you can see, all Republican counties in Republican-led states. All right, so the Republican side of Congress has submitted, are you ready for this? They have submitted their budget resolution. It's what they want to pass. They want to pass. And there's a good chance that they can pass a new budget without Democrats, so they can push through all the nasty stuff they want to do. And you want to know the biggest thing they want to cut? The Republicans want to cut $880 billion from the Medicaid budget. Guess how much the Medicaid budget is? $880 billion.
Mr. Talcove, do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Just last year, Elon Musk was promised $3 billion from close to 100 contracts with the federal government.
Oh, I'm concerned. I'm concerned because in the past 2 weeks, they've turned off Medicaid for a full day. Those are hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians and tens of millions of Americans, including a lot of children that would be harmed. For a while, they paused a large portion of our state highway funds to us and to other states. Those are the quality of our roads and bridges and how safe our people are when they drive on them. If they eliminated the Department of Education and its funding, that's $500 million in meals, in breakfasts, and in lunches for our kids that otherwise might go hungry.
I hope all you veterans who voted for Trump are happy. They're cutting your programs across the board. Canceling GI Bill home loans. They got rid of suicide prevention training for soldiers with PTSD. Tell us again how the Republicans care about you. Tell us again how the Republicans are the party of support the troops. Because they're fucking not.
I literally just told my husband that if he dies before me, I'm going to join him shortly thereafter, because of everything that those bastards are letting happen to this country. Right now we're okay because we're living off my husband's pension, and I'm still working a little bit, but if my husband goes, the pension goes, because we wanted to get the most out of the pension. So I don't get it after he goes. And there's no way I can afford to live in our house without Social Security. I'm not going to be able to afford the medical.
This is exactly what the Republican agenda is. Keep them poor, keep them stupid, boy that succeeded, keep them sick, and control the women. Well, I got news for you. Pretty soon, there's a new day coming. Dear Mr. President, my name is Daniel Thomas Pryor, and I am a citizen of the United States, and I fucking dare you to pass an executive order on me, you little fascist piece of shit. And for those of you who voted for Trump, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck your Bible. And fuck Elon Musk and that weird little human shield he carries around with him. That thing has never heard the word no. Let's face it, that little booger flicking fucker sitting there with the President of the United States in the Oval Office holding a press conference. Boy, didn't he just put it right in our faces what's what yesterday. So any idea that you had that what wasn't happening isn't happening is off the table. That motherfucker's in charge. He's holding press conferences from the Oval Office with his rotten little bastard child who has never, ever once heard the word fucking no. So
This is from one year to the next are the same, and they're this is from one year to the next are the same, and they're this is from one year to the next are the same, and they're a significant part of this presidency is to restore. Significant part of this presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Significant part of this presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Significant part of this presidency is to restore democracy. This may.
We have some big news right now. According to the New York Times, Elon Musk is considering replacing over 1,000 employees at the Department of Education with an AI bot. Specifically, Musk is discussing a plan where he would replace call center employees who answer your questions about federal student loans and student aid with an AI bot. Currently, there is not just a call center, there is some rudimentary AI that handles questions coming in from students who have questions regarding FAFSA and other federal student loans.
Y'all, the U.S. government just released their 2025 procurement plan tonight, and I think I just found something that's completely unhinged. It looks like the government is planning on ordering some armored Teslas. And these armored Teslas will cost somewhere in between here. And to be precise, it's going to cost about $400 million for these armored Teslas, along with some other armored vehicles. The super weird thing is, though, these were filed under the code for all other miscellaneous food manufacturing. So I think I missed a memo where Tesla is now a food group and we are supposed to eat Cybertrucks. That's what they're good for. They're nutrition.
All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a response video to a video that was done by the beloved brother Ma'aka Allah from the Los Angeles camp, as you see right here. The title of his video is called Government Aid Will Be Taken. Okay, the people will mourn. And as you've seen right there in that video, there's a lot of governmental aid that's going to be taken away from the people. Okay, now outside of so-called white people who depend heavily upon, SNAP benefits, as well as other governmental benefits, okay, the so-called black woman, which will be the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian woman, they depend heavily, okay, not all of them, but the majority of them depend heavily upon these governmental assistances. Okay, which leads me to the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Now, when I see that word ease, the first scripture that comes to my mind is the book of Amos, chapter 6, verse 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria. Okay. Now, modern day Samaria will be the United States of America. And a matter of fact, before this place was called America, this country was known as Samaria. Okay. So, woe to them that are at ease in Zion. And who are the main people? Who are the main gender of people, especially amongst our nation, that are at ease here in this society? It's the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian woman, right? And the word woe goes back to the Hebrew word abadium, which means destruction. So destruction to them that are at ease in Zion. This is mainly speaking to you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women. Yeah, it applies to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian men, especially the ones amongst our nation who sold out, okay, took the bag for uncertain riches. They're going to get it too. But the main ones that are at ease in Zion is just, like another name for Israel. The Israelites, which are you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, okay? The main ones at ease here in America amongst our nation is you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women, okay? So woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came, okay? To whom the house of Israel came, right? And indeed, our nation came to this land, starting with the northern tribes, okay? When they was brought over here as captives by the Hamites, okay? But the ones that are mainly at ease here in the United States of America is the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women, okay? Because for years, y'all have depended on government assistance. Y'all have wrongfully did the Israelite man wrong, okay? You wanted to argue with him. You wanted to buck up against him. You wanted to get up in his face, curse him out, spit in his face, slap him, put your hands on him. You wanted to sleep behind his back. You did not want to respect his rules or regulations. And then you wanted to get your brother, cousin, or your dad on him as well if he had a problem with you cheating on him. So your whole agenda has been kicking the man out the house, okay, and replacing him with government benefits such as SNAPs, food stamps, WIC, Section 8, okay, the works, alimony, child support, back page. So, yeah, the government's getting ready to cut those benefits, those government aids. And I know they're just saying that, yeah, it's food stamps and, it's it's Medicaid, it's SNAP, but it's going to be much more to SNAP. They're getting ready to cut everything, including alimony, back page, welfare, you name it. Okay, they're getting ready to cut it all. You see? So Isaiah 32 verse 9, rise up ye women that are at ease, because of these government benefits that you women have been receiving from the government. Y'all have had it really easy in this society. By these government benefits, you've been able to get cars, decent homes. You've been able to go out and party on all your off days from work, and then brag about how you're an independent woman, when in reality, nobody on this planet is independent. There's only one independent being in the heaven. There's only one independent being in the entire universe. Okay? And that's the man sitting on his throne, whose name is Yahweh. Yahweh do not need anyone or anything. Okay? He is independent. He don't need food or water. He don't need a woman. He don't need brother or sisters. He don't need friends. He don't need angels to worship him. He don't need a home. He is, man. Okay? Which that's what his name means in the Hebrew. The Hebrew word for he is Yah. The Hebrew word for is Hawa. Okay? Yahweh is the only one who is independent. He don't need anyone or anything. So if anybody is claiming to be independent, you're not independent. Okay? So there's no such thing as an independent woman. Okay? An independent woman is an illusion that was given you because of the authority and power you've been given. Okay? And how dare you call yourself an independent woman when you're receiving all these benefits from a man who calls himself white? You're not independent. But again, that just goes to show you how stupid the people of our nation are, especially the women amongst our nation. You just don't realize how stupid you are until reality smacks you in the face. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Huh? For the vintage shall fail. Huh? The gathering shall not come. That's right, bitches. Okay? The vintage shall fail. Now, what I'm going to do, it says the vintage shall fail. Let's look up that word vintage. The Hebrew word for vintage is batazayar. Batazayar. Yeah, I believe it's batazayar. Batazayar. Okay. And what do we see right here? We see vintage, right? Define. Let's see. Translate. No. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's web search this. Google. Yes. Okay, go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in vintage definition. I just want to look and see what vintage means. Vintage definition.
Vintage.
This is the year or place in which wine, especially wine of high quality, was produced. Okay. And then right here it says relating to or denoting wine of high quality. Okay. Now, if you know anything about wine, wine is known to make a mind merry. Now, you women, the majority of you women here in the United States of America, you have been in this state of mirth ever since you've been given authority and power in the so-called white man's society. Your mind has just been in a state of wantonness and merriness. Okay? So let's go into the root meaning of the word. And we see batazar. And we see it says together, restrain, fence, fortify, to cut off. Okay, cut off, in which your benefits will be cut off, to be withheld. Yeah, you see, Esau is going to withhold your benefits. If you want to get your benefits again, you're going to have to take a chip. And if you take that chip, your ass is going to be destroyed. And right here we have gathering, right? The Hebrew word for gathering is asap. I believe that's asap, if I'm saying that correctly. Asap. And then right here, what do we see? We see gathering, collection, harvest. And what are the things, what are the government benefits that these women are collecting? Food stamps, alimony, back page, child support, SNAP, WIC, welfare, Section 8. Okay, that's the gathering, the harvest that you're collecting from month. Well, they about to cut all that shit off, okay? And real soon, you're not going to be able to call yourself independent. Okay? So many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, tremble, because a lot of you bitches out there, you 2/3 of you Negro, Latino, and Native, 2/3 of you Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women, you wanted to go around, you wanted to spread your legs, live lavishly and wanton, undisciplined, riding the cock carousel, messing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, having babies by multiple baby daddies. Okay? And now that you got all these children and the government is about to cut off all those benefits, now you're going to try to run to go look for a man. And it's not going to work in your favor. And a lot of men is just going to reject you because, you've been riding on this high horse for many years, being proud against the Israelite man, talking about how you don't need a man. Well, keep that same energy, because come this summer, if there is a summer, it's going to be a really, really hot summer. Okay. They shall lament for the teats. Okay. And the word teats is another word for titties. And a titty or a breast is something that is used to nourish children. Okay. And your nourishment came from the government aid that you've been receiving for decades. So you're going to lament, you're going to cry for those teats. You're going to be out there protesting, whining, complaining. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to shoot tear gas. They're going to throw flash grenades at your black asses. And they're going to tell you to scatter. Okay, and a lot of y'all going to run. Some of y'all going to run down the street so fast from those rubber bullets that your wig and your fake hair is going to go flying off your heads. Okay, it's going to be weaving the streets. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Okay, yeah, for the fruitful vine. So those things are gonna be cut off. And there's always a lesson to be learned. Let's go to Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Because you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Indian women, you're a bunch of fools for trusting the so-called white man. Sirach 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. Never, 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 ever, never, ever trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware as him. That's exactly what you failed to do, Eve. You didn't beware of him. And okay. And it says, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Okay. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither set him at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. You see, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? And for a long time, you Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women, you have been charming the so-called white man. Okay? But now the so-called white, because you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Indian women, you're the so-called white man's pit bull. Well, guess what? Now the so-called white man is looking at his female pit bitch, like, you know, like, bitch, I don't need you anymore. So you know what's about to happen? Now that he don't need you so-called Black, Latino, and Native Indian women, because y'all have done y'all job of helping the so-called white man to destroy the so-called Israelite home. Now that he don't need your black ass no more, now he's about to kick your bald-headed ass to the curve, okay? He's about to kick your black, stinking, bald-headed ass to the curve, okay? You finna be out there on the streets with your children, homeless, stinking, mad, through, hurt, musty, okay? Box smelling like chicken and fried rice. Mixed with tampons and old Pampers. You finna be through out there. You ain't gonna be able to buy your feminine products anymore. You're gonna be out there, you know, they're trying to ask random men for help. Excuse me. Ain't nobody gonna want to hear what the fuck you gotta say. But they'll probably pity the children. Probably buy them food, but not you. Right? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or such as come nigh wild beasts? You see, the so-called white man is known as the beast man in Holy Scriptures. And if you go nigh that wild beast, what do you think he's going to do to you, man? He's going to fucking turn again and rend you. And that's exactly what's about to happen. He's about to take away all of your precious benefits. Okay, it's not going to just affect so-called white people. It's going to affect you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians as well. So one that goeth to a sinner is not Esau, known as the man of sin in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter. So one, and Esau's the so-called white man, okay? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee. Did not the so-called white man abide with you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women by giving you a government benefits? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. And he's not tarrying. He's about to take away all of your SNAP and your food stamp benefits and your Medicaid benefits. Okay? An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, you know, black power. Yeah, you get him, girl. You know, you want these government benefits? You can't have your man in the house. You know, do me a favor, kick his ass out the house, and I'll give you child support. I'll give you alimony. I'll give you Section 8. I'll give you welfare. You see? You see, you see, you see, he spoke to you sweetly with his lips. He did the exact same thing to your dumb ass in the Garden of Eden. Okay? In the Garden of Eden, he told you, you shall not surely die. He spoke sweetly to you. That subtle man who was known as a serpent in the garden, okay? Is that thou shalt not surely die. He spoke sweetly to you. Well, in this generation, he spoke sweetly to you with those government benefits. Hey, check this out, you hoe. The more children you have, the more money you get from Big Brother government. How about it, huh? Go out there, spread your legs, let them smell that nasty box, and pop out as many children as possible so you can get more and more money from the government. And guess what? Your dumb black and spick and wetback ass went out there and did exactly as he said, because the enemy speaks sweetly with his lips. It all sounded good to you, to the ears, right? And pleasant to the eyes. Okay? Yeah, he speaks sweetly with his lips, right? Because an enemy speaks sweetly with his lips. But in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Now your ass is trapped. Because without those government benefits, your ass is finna be out there on the streets. Then you're going to realize your value. Then you're going to realize how valuable the Israelite man is. Then you're going to realize how valuable the Israelite man is. Okay, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is dealing with the Israelite man. And not just any Israelite man, an Israelite man that is of the hopeful elect. And guess what? A lot of you women, you're in a bad case, because for you, it's already too late. Don't try coming to more than likely, you're probably going to get rejected by a man of the Lord, especially if you got like 6 children, you got 7 children, you got like even 3 children. You out there begging for help. Don't expect for an Israelite man of the Lord to help you. Okay, you was talking all that shit, being proud over the internet. You know, influencing women to be more proud and to do more evil. Your days are numbered. Your day is coming. So an enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, right? All those all those government benefits. But in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Now your black ass and your spick ass and your wetback ass is trapped. And guess what? The only way you're going to get those benefits back is if you take a RFID chip. And if you take that chip, your destiny is destruction in the nuclear lake of the nuclear lake of fire, in which the nuclear missiles, which will come from Russia and these different countries, will turn this country into a lake of fire. Okay? If an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his mind he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Yeah, he'll pretend to help you. He'll give you all these benefits, but he really hate giving these benefits to the Israelite woman. Okay? He hate it. Right? He will shake his hand and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Because that man is a fucking joker, man. Okay? Esau is the true joker. And I'm not talking about the Joker from Persona 5. That dude Ren Amamiya, the Joker from Persona 5. That dude's a Jake. Ain't nobody got more, ain't nobody got suave like that dude, man. Like that dude has. That dude's a Jake. But anyways, I'm talking about the other Joker, Esau Edom. But anyways, let me see. Oh yeah. Go back. Let's go to Isaiah 31. Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go, again, the word woe goes back to the Hebrew word abadium, which means destruction. So destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen because they are few. And in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. You see? And, this video also goes out to you Jakes as well, man. Okay? A lot of y'all have been going down to the government for help, man, but you have not been seeking the Holy One of Israel. Now, there's nothing wrong with receiving government aid, but you should be seeking the Lord. Because ultimately, who can deliver you out of the situation of not receiving government benefit but having a poor paying job? The Lord can. If you're an Israelite, the Lord can deliver you out of that situation. So all of you nigger women out there, and when I say the nigger woman, I'm talking about you Negro, Latino, and Native Indian women. You motherfuckers, okay? Okay? Y'all should have been seeking the Lord while y'all was busy, living a wonton life. Okay? You should have been seeking the Lord. Same thing with you Jakes out there, man, because a lot of you niggas are guilty of sitting on government aid but not seeking the Lord. Y'all should have been seeking the Lord. Okay? Isaiah 55 verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Y'all should have been seeking the Lord, man. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the evil man and the wicked man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord, and the Lord will have mercy unto him. You see, this is about repentance, man. Y'all should be repenting right about now, man, because the doors of mercy is about to be shut. Okay? Isaiah 31 verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not Yahweh, and their flesh and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, right, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. Okay? So what do you think the Lord is saying here through Isaiah? Okay? Who are the modern day Egyptians? That's talking about the so-called white man. Okay? What is that? Revelation 11 verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Okay? This great city, which is known as Babylon in the Holy Scriptures, is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. What was ancient Egypt known for? Slavery. Is not America known for slavery? Look on the back of your $1 bill. What do you see? A pyramid with an all-seeing eye on it. Who built the ancient pyramids? We did. The Israelites. Okay? Okay? He that is hoping shall fall. So, and what's an example of being hoping or helped? Receiving government benefits. Now, you're living in a time where you're going to fall. Okay? You're going to fall. Because you wanted to be so-called independent. You wanted to live a life of wantonness. You had your heads in the cloud. You were proud, and you did not think upon times like these to come. So Isaiah 30 verse 1, woe to the rebellious children, destruction to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right? And we know that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see that? And who's modern day Pharaoh? Well, Donald Trump is, right? Y'all went down there to strengthen yourself in Pharaoh. Now, a lot of you guys, when y'all got food stamps, this was way back when Obama was in office. Remember that? Some of y'all had food stamps ever since George W. Bush was in office. He was Pharaoh during that time. When Obama got in office, a lot of y'all went down to the government to get a food stamp, Section 8. Okay? You know, y'all went down there to get food stamps, Section 8. Alimony, child support. Okay, Obama was Pharaoh during that time. Okay? When Trump got into office, when he first got into office, y'all went down to the government to get food stamps and government aid, welfare, Section 8, child support. He was Pharaoh during that time. And then Biden got into office. What happened? Y'all went down there, got food stamps, Section 8, welfare. He was Pharaoh during that time. Donald Trump is back in the office. Now he's getting ready to take away those things. You know why? Because he or she that is hoping shall fall. Okay? So that walk to go down into Egypt for what? For help, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. What is the shadow of Egypt? Those government benefits. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Shalom.